What's going on, guys? Your boy Nick. Welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are having a good day. So today is Sunday. No details on the docket today, so I'm just gonna take it chill, get some stuff done around the house, kind of chill out. Sometimes it's always good to just take a day off, just kind of recoup and just get some stuff done. But while I'm doing that, I'll be wrenching on the GSXR right over there. Let me pull it out real quick and I'll give you guys a rundown of what's done to the bike. All right, guys, so if you guys don't know, this is my 2023 GSXR 1000. This is a full bolt-on GSXR 1000 tuned on E85, and also I can run VP Racing C85. So that's the real thing, guys. It's no blendos, nothing like that. If you guys know anything about E85, at the pump, depending on what gas station you go to or what state you're in, you're either getting 50% or up to 76%. You're not getting real E85. So just to kind of give a quick rundown of the bike. Again, it's a full bolt-on bike, has a few mods here and there. Of course, you see we got the black face. Shout out to NBN, that's the race team. Shout out to my guy Turbo. Of course, we got a little bit of carbon here. We got the carbon front fender. None of this stuff, guys, was on the bike when I last posted, so I'm just pretty much showing you guys exactly what I've done. Of course, we got the rotor and brake delete, full bolt-on bike. A little bit of carbon here. We got a little bit of carbon on the back right there. Of course, don't worry about the tire, guys. We'll be taking care of that. Your boy was out in Arizona acting a fool. So yeah. So in today's video, what we'll be doing is we'll be taking out the rear shock to get it sent out so I can get the spring rate changed out and pretty much get the bike all dialed in. Because like you see, guys, this is a stock wheelbase bike. So this bike pretty much, it has a tendency to either wheelie or spin. So getting your suspension, especially your rear suspension, dialed in, changing out the spring rate for your rate, and of course getting the adjustment right, it can eliminate all that, or at least keep it to a point where it's at least controllable. So in the next video, when I at least get the bike back going, because like I said, guys, I haven't touched this bike since I came back from Arizona, and the bike does need some maintenance. So the bike right now is about, let me see, get off the screen real quick, 18,000 miles. So on these GSXRs, you want to get your valve adjustment checked or at least done anywhere between 15,000 and 18,000. As you can see, I'm at 18,100 miles. So after I get the shock back and stuff like that, I'll be dropping this off at the shop to get the valve adjustment checked or at least done if it's out of spec. We also, while it's there, we're going to be getting the injectors clean because like I said, guys, I run E85, and of course I run race fuel, which is a real dirty fuel. So every so often you want to get your injectors clean. So we're going to get that clean as well. First, for the spark plugs, I did the oil change before I went to Arizona, but I might do it, I might do it again. You never know. So again, in this video, we're going to be going ahead and taking off the rear shock. So in order to do that, we have to just make things a lot easier. We're going to take the rear wheel off, support the weight with jack stands over there, so we can be able to move the swing arm up and down so it can get the spring out a lot more easier. And while we out here, the reason why I have the bike out here, because obviously we out here acting like a fool. We got all these tire marks and stuff like that, so we're going to go ahead and remove that as well. And of course, we want to clean the shock up and stuff like that, so we're just going to go ahead and get all this stuff out of there, and I'm going to pull it back in the garage, and then we're going to go ahead and start taking out the shock. I've never done this before. I watched a few videos last night on YouTube, so it looks pretty simple. It looks like about less than an hour job. So before we do all that, let's just go ahead and clean all this stuff up, and then we can put it back in the garage. could. I might just do a second round later on. Same thing with the shock. It's kind of hard to get in some of these tight spaces. So when I pull the shock out, I'll clean it off completely. And of course I can get in the back of the engine over there. But I would say I got a good amount for a little Harbor Freight steamer. It's not too bad. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this inside the garage right now, get everything set up, pull the rear wheel off, and then we can go ahead and start taking off the shock. All right guys, so first thing is first, we're going to take off the rear wheel, which is the nut over there is a 36 millimeter. And of course we got to take off these locking nuts. So this one right here is a 12 millimeter and this one is a 10. You just want to break this loose and just kind of slide this both sides out if possible, so you can able to push the wheel forward. You're able to take the chain out, and you can, of course, if you have your brake thing right here, you just slide it off and just move it out the way. And yeah, so let me grab that real quick. All right guys, hopefully you can see real quick. So break it loose. Alright guys, you just hold this with a 10 right here, and this with a 12. Just like that, break that loose, and you just spin this in much as possible. You know, you can do the same thing on the other side, and then you can just slide this axle bolt out, and then you can pull the wheel out. All right guys, just slide it forward a little bit, then you just slide this out. Watch out for these spacers. Slide the chain out and pull the wheel out. That's how you take off your rear wheel on your GSXR 1000. All right guys, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and put these jack stands pretty much right here. So the reason for the jack stand, guys, is to support the weight of the bike. Because like I said, you'll be removing the rear shock. So what's going to happen is the swing arm right here is going to be able, or at least the bike is going to be able to flex. So just to kind of help with the weight out, you just want to put some jack stands right there. So what I'm about to do right now is I'm about to grab some tools and show you exactly how you can take the rear shock off. All right guys, so I wish I can kind of show you from over there, but obviously you see there's another bike over there. So as you can see, we have two bolts that's holding the shock. So you see that top nut right there, and then over here, let me see if you guys can see it, that one right there. So pretty much there's two bolts. There's an Allen bolt on the other side on the top, and of course I think this is a 14 millimeter nut, and I think that's a 15 millimeter nut and a 14 millimeter bolt. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just loosen these bolts for now. Then we're gonna be able to take them off, and then what we'll be able to do is pretty much use this rear stand right here to either lift or lower the swing arm, so you'll be able to take the rear shock out. So let me grab some tools real quick guys, and let's get started. All right man, hopefully you guys can kind of see me. What I'm gonna do guys, I'm just gonna throw you guys in a time lapse real quick, just to make things a little bit more easier rather than me just kind of walking you through it, just yapping and doing all that extra talking. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw you guys in a time lapse, and then when I get it out, I'll show you guys exactly how you guys need to do it. All right, guys, so I got the rear shock out. So there was 2 bolts. So the top one going towards this way from the driver's side of the, the right hand side of the bike. There's the Allen. This is a size 10 Allen. And of course, on the left hand side, they have this 14mm nut. So this goes to the top of the shock. And of course, down the bottom is just a regular nut and bolt. So bolts, these are 14mm. So you might need 2 sockets, and you might need a breaker bar on one side and a regular ratchet on the other side. So that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna take you guys over here real quick. So pretty much what is holding up the bike right now is, of course, is holding the weight of the bike is the 2 jack stands. And of course, this is completely free right now, so there's literally no weight. This pretty much moves right now. So this is how it's gonna be until I get the shock back. So I'm gonna go ahead and package this up because I gotta send this out to the guy who's gonna do it. And then when I get it back, we're gonna put it back in. And of course, after that, I'll be able to drop the bike off at the shop. And we got some work we gotta do, guys. I was thinking of powder coating the wheels, because obviously you can see the wheels does have some scuff marks. So I might just go ahead and powder coat the wheels, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get a brand new chain and sprocket. But that's pretty much it, man. So, and that's gonna pretty much be it, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna finish steam clean the rest of the stuff. I'm gonna finish steam clean the shock, and also steam clean the stuff over there on the back of the engine over there. And then that's gonna be it, man. So if you guys enjoyed the video, I know it's a short one, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Stay tuned for the GSXR build. I got a lot of stuff coming. It's gonna be a scary summer, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.